And our guests today are Patrick Dai, co-founder and CEO of Qtum, Miguel Valencia, co-founder and COO, Brad Fincarrick, founding team and CMO, and Frank Bruno, community director. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, David. Thanks for having us.
Hi, David. Thank you so much for introducing us.
Yeah, thank you for joining. So I see you guys in the chat on YouTube, so thank you for asking the questions. And just an announcement that if you are part of this AMA and you hear your question, that means you're going to get some extra Qtum. So that's what we're going to do here. So I would like to start with the first question. So Qtum, Patrick and Miguel, could you tell us about the history of your project?
Okay. Yeah, I think I can start first.
Please do.
Yeah. Maybe a very short introduction about myself. Yeah. So my name is Patrick. Yeah, I'm the CEO and also the co-founder of the Qtum project. We started the project since 2016. It's pretty old project right now. It's 6 years in this industry. Yeah, but my background is older than the project. Yeah, I joined the industry since 2012. So it's OGs in this industry. It's 10 years for me in crypto. Yeah,
that's impressive.
Yeah, when I was preparing my PhD, on computer science, so I found Bitcoin and I started with mining, and then all the way, until today, 10 years. It's a long journey. Yeah. So about Qtum, we have a very simple idea, back to a few years ago, because Bitcoin has no smart contracts, and we want to enable some smart contract ability around the Bitcoin infrastructure, like the UTXO model. So 6 years ago, we designed a EVM compatible blockchain. It's pretty early, I mean, last 2 years, a lot of projects, they say, okay, we want to be EVM compatible. But we did this 6 years ago. It's the first project, I think, try to combine the UTXO and the EVM. Even for today, I think it's a very, very unique position in our industry. Yeah, so that's my very short introduction about myself and the Qtum project. Okay, I think Mike can add more.
Oh yeah, I should just mention that I'm used to having just one guest, at the AMA. So yeah, if you guys could introduce yourselves, that would be great.
Yeah. Okay. A team member can introduce them. And they are OGs in this industry too.
Okay.
My name is Miguel Valencia. I've also been in blockchain for a while. Started out 9 years ago as a miner. I used to host and set up mining pools, both for altcoins, but also for Bitcoin as well. And eventually met Patrick back in 2014. That was pretty cool. And I was also part of the initial founding team for the Qtum blockchain 6 years ago in Shanghai, which was amazing. And the path that Qtum has taken during all the time, it's been evolving and maturing, and basically it's one of the most professional blockchain projects out there. So I'm glad and honored to be part of this team, and of course being part of this AMA with the Guarda community.
I'm Brad Fincarrick, and I'm helping in the marketing effort here at Qtum. And so I've been in the industry for a while myself, just like Miguel, mining Bitcoin back in 2013. I remember when the price broke 1,000 for the first time. It was pretty exciting. And so over the years, eventually Patrick and Mike and myself and others had thought up this idea of having a quantum blockchain. And so around 2016, the initial marketing had started, and I was doing some of the help with the marketing for the initial crowd sale in 2016 in China into March 2017, and then I pivoted into the more the community management role. Some people might remember me in 2017 onwards in a community capacity, but just recently in the last few months, we've wanted to pivot back to our roots, the initial activity burst that we had during the crowd sale and whatnot. So I'm helping out with the marketing effort here now, and that's only been for the last few months. So that's a bit about myself. I'll pass it over to Frank here.
Hey everybody, pretty much you guys know me from the community. I'm community manager now. Pretty much I started out in 2017 when Qtum launched. I first learned about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and as soon as I learned about Bitcoin and how to store it, I read about Qtum, and it just made sense to me. You're taking the two best blockchains there are and you're combining them, and I was sold from that day. You didn't have to say anything else to me, and I knew that's where I wanted to work one day, and here I am now. So I really appreciate everything that everybody here has taught me. These are the people that taught me everything I know about blockchain, so I couldn't be in a better place.
Moonland Holder would like to know, so the roadmap is not published, so anything you can say about the Qtum roadmap?
Yeah, I think Brett can share some of the roadmap. Yeah.
So we've been getting asked this a lot, and it's a legitimate question. So the last roadmap we published, I think, was maybe a year ago, maybe a bit more. And so internally here at Qtum, the focus of the development currently, like at this moment, if you were to ask what are people working on, and that is, to streamline the way that people are developing on Qtum. And so what this means is we're trying to put more of the Ethereum portion of the Qtum project, with the Ethereum virtual machine, into a sandbox environment. So meaning this technology that they're developing on is called Janus, and Janus is like a Web3 middleware adapter that allows for Ethereum developers to develop a lot easier. It's going to make things a lot better. So what this means is that it's taken a few months of time to get this a little bit more mature. Now that it's becoming more mature, it's going to be a lot easier to build infrastructure around Qtum at a higher speed, and to bring on more external developers, like community developers, higher developers, contractors, and whatnot. And so while that's not exciting and not very marketable, it leads to like the next part of the roadmap. And so we have an internal roadmap that's completed and mostly approved. It's just a matter of the developers getting into teams and assembling how to do it properly. So what this means is we're still deciding whether to release it in bits or release it in the traditional style. The traditional style just means like a JPEG on Twitter, right? It's not really that exciting unless you make it exciting, unless the ideas are really good. And so we have some good ideas that we may turn into campaigns of their own. So what this means is, instead of just releasing a JPEG and saying here it is, you may see it released in batches over time. So just to give a sample of something, let me backtrack and say, what is the what is the theme of the roadmap? And the roadmap, where we see the industry going, where I see the industry going, is towards things like NFT gaming, like play to earn gaming. And as you know, Qtum has the NFT support built in. It's very decentralized. It's quite fast. It's built for this game. It's quite good. So I think that's expect to see there to be a gaming theme to the roadmap. But just to give some snippets, some ideas, I guess you would call it, to blow an announcement or something. We're looking at ways that we can integrate with get the staking more integrated with DeFi, get the staking more exciting, because to just do proof of stake is, frankly, it's boring. It's important to have. It's very green, but to mix it up on like a blockchain level, where let's say another project wants to build on Qtum, well, they can attach their emission schedule to Qtum staking. So every time a Qtum block is solved, perhaps one of their coins gets included in that block as well, to the point where it could scale out, where if you got 10, 20, 30 projects participating in that, you stake one Qtum block, you could get 30 coins, right? Stuff like this is what we're looking at, and the direction that we're going. But there's currently right now, I think there's about 13 items that are approved on the roadmap, but they're not all big features. It's there's some housekeeping, there's some smaller items, but there's some big ticket items. As an interim to the roadmap, you saw that there were some upstream updates, like Taproot, EVM1 talked about a few months ago. So those, like the newest Bitcoin and the newest Ethereum updates, will get merged in to Qtum through core wallet updates, and then there will be infrastructure on top of that, a series of housekeeping and whatnot. So I think that we're not more than a few weeks away from a new roadmap release. I don't think there's not really any major blockers other than the developers giving us time estimates, etc. So I think we're quite close.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can add something.
Please.
About the roadmap. The industry has a lot of misunderstandings on what's happening around the industry. There is some hidden work hardly being seen by the community or by the industry. For example, for Bitcoin, people always think Bitcoin development work is slow, or not active, or not as fast as other blockchain. But it's not really true. The reason is when you see the GitHub, you will find a Bitcoin source code have more than 500 developers contributed. So that's the, I think that was the largest developer community around the Bitcoin, and they did a lot of contribution, But it looks not that exciting, because they are doing a lot of fundamental works for the whole industry. So people usually choose to ignore them. And they just follow. There's some new applications, some other new, X to earn, move to earn, run to earn. There's a lot of fancy projects. So people usually they forgot what's happening, the fundamental stuff about the industry. So that's some similar thing happened to Qtum. The reason is, since Bitcoin merged all the Bitcoin, since Qtum merged all the Bitcoin source code, so that means, we have to repeat, everything Bitcoin has done, every version. That's a huge amount of work because Bitcoin community have 500 developer contributed everything. And for us, we need to understand everything. We need to and then merge it into Qtum. That's pretty challenge. One thing, And also, what we did more is we needed to add Ethereum, the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine. So that's another huge blockchain. So what we have done, we needed to combine the two biggest engineer, the two biggest developer community together, and made some tools for them. And so that's a reason, it's sometimes it's slow. But we already released, I think, more than 30, release since the mainnet release. We released more than another 30 version. So we keep updating the Qtum core. It's like the Bitcoin core. So that's a huge amount of work. But I think that's bringing Qtum long-term value. It's super stable, secure. Yeah, and we were doing like we were the first projects to like implement the offline staking, yeah, through the smart contracts, yeah. So that's something, you know, very unique value, yeah. But I think you know, we the things is like the hard truth in is the community is more interested on the like applications, the dApps. So we will focus more on the more applications on quantum, and that need some like adapter, like Brett mentioned. Yeah, we need the genres, yeah, because we need to bring the smart contract developer around the quantum. Yeah, so that's something we are focusing right now. But the quantum infrastructure, or like the quantum core, is a very challenging work. Yeah, and if the community member, like if some of the developer, they are in the AMA, I think they can check the GitHub and they will find some like very interesting stuff around the quantum, the source code. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick. And the next question is from YouTube, and it's about next steps and community. So, according to the roadmap, what are the most important next priorities? Does Quantum team have enough funds and strong community to achieve those milestones? So, who would like to answer this one?
I can take
I think I think I can answer the second one. Like, does Quantum team have enough fund for like
Okay.
a strong community?
But yeah, regarding the roadmap, as Brett mentioned, the path the blockchain industry is taking is towards play-to-earn games and everything related to metaverse, NFTs. So we're really starting to see a growth towards the entertainment industry. Of course, getting eventually you will have music concerts and happening in the metaverse, and this stuff will be funded and payable using blockchain tokens inside metaverses that run on blockchain. So it will open up a vast amount of possibilities because you will introduce gaming, all sort of entertainment, even shopping malls, and all of this stuff. Quantum is ready for it. We are a UTXO blockchain, very decentralized and very efficient. Our gas fees are incredibly low. Quantum also supports the Lightning Network, and there's work going towards implementing layer 2 support on Quantum. So that will improve user experience greatly in this type of applications because you will need to wait, even a few seconds, you will need to wait anymore to perform a transaction. Everything will be instant, basically no gas fees. So I would say that our most important next priority is growing Quantum's ecosystem to bring in more developers, incentivize projects to build on Quantum, and of course, continue to improve and keep a secure Quantum core, which is fork of Bitcoin Core. We've always been keeping up with everything that Bitcoin Core does, and at the same time, we always make our own improvements to add more features. Quantum's next release will support Taproot from Bitcoin directly. We'll bring a lot of improvements on the Quantum blockchain. Actually, we are in the final phases of testing this update, which is it's a major update. It's probably the biggest update for Quantum in the past 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I think I can answer the second part. Yeah, does the Quantum team have like enough fund and the community to achieve these milestones? Yeah, I think the answer is yes. Yeah, because yeah, like we said earlier in the introduction, we are the OGs in this industry. We know the crypto cycle. we know like what's the current season of the industry. So I think we got everything prepared earlier, like a few years ago. Yeah, so we have enough funds like to cover the cost, maybe for 10 years for the development team. Yeah, so we are targeted for long term for 10 years. Yeah, we have the enough funds. Yeah, to achieve all those like milestones. Yeah. And also like about the community, yeah, I think we did some like a very great job back to like 2017 or 2018. Yeah, there are a few reasons. Yeah, because earlier, the Quantum is the first or the biggest, the projects in Asia. Yeah, like because we were pretty early, so we have a very good like position in this industry earlier. And if I remember clearly, I think the quantum market cap one time went to like a 10% of Ethereum. Yeah, so it's a pretty high market cap, like back to a few years ago. Yeah, but yeah, like the industry, there's some bubble there. Like I mean, a lot of projects there's a lot of bubbles. Yeah, because the it's a new industry. People people kind of formal on everything. Yeah, so but we survived. Yeah, and I think after we survived, we have more time to consider the long-term value and the long-term position, and what we needed to do to make a quantum, like back to the peak time. Yes, I mean we still have the ambitions, to want to make this happen. Yeah, so that's something we were thinking. I mean we were kind of not active like a few years ago, like 4 years ago or 3 years ago, but we are still keep all the hard working, like the development work. Yeah, it's a challenge, but we are trying our best to make all these things happen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick. And Brett, would you like to talk a bit about the meme contest that we organized back in March? Well, I'm gonna pull up the actual.
So the meme contest was that was thought up. I think it was thought up back in like January or February or something like that. And yes, we had sponsored a prize pool, and the thread was like you said, like you're showing right now, like this tweet right now. So basically, it blew up the notifications on the Qtum Twitter.
It did.
It probably blew up your notifications too, and there were quite a lot of entries. I even saw, I believe that the Rick and Morty one that was in the tweet from yesterday promoting this AMA was one of the entries. But I believe that's all being paid out, and I'd have to say that was a success doing the meme competition.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think that's I think that the community had fun with this, and there were a lot of entries. I don't have the number on the top of my head, but I think it was in the hundreds or something like that.
Oh, absolutely, hundreds and hundreds. And there's some quality memes in there as well. So there's some of them.
So the prize pool was like 2,000. Frank just lost his connection, but he's coming back, and he can share a little bit insight as to, he was more in the trenches on this one, and what that means is he was this was more of something that was delegated to him. So Frank can when Frank gets back, he can tell you more about what it was like on the day-to-day. But as far as like meme competitions that we've done in the past, I'd have to say that this came out as one of the more active and one of the better looking ones, and funnier. So.
Yeah, thank you, Brett.
So, yeah, we can cycle back to this here once Frank's back, but he just lost his connection. He'll be right back.
Oh, that's fine. That happens. So, shall we talk about the?
I think you mute yourself.
Oh, David, I think perhaps you're muted.
Yeah, you mute again.
Yep, still muted, I think.
Yeah, I cannot hear.
So I'll just answer one of these questions here.
Yeah.
I saw one regarding the crypto canvas here. I'm just scrolling through here. Okay.
Oh, I think Mike is back.
Yeah. Yusuf. Okay. So, sorry, let me grab one of these questions here.
Okay.
You're aiming to enter the NFT market with Crypto Canvas event in Discord. When will the Quantum NFT market open? Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so we're going to take this community question here, and hey Frank, so aiming to enter the NFT market with the Canvas events in Discord. So what Crypto Canvas was it was a series of 2 events that Frank was that Frank was running. And so basically, people were tasked in our Discord with generating and uploading an NFT to the Qtum test network. And the reason we wanted it on the test network is we didn't want the entry barrier to be expensive. We didn't want people to...
Yeah. I think I can answer some of the question. Yeah. Hi, David. I think you mute yourself. Hello. Hi, Frank.
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me. We cannot hear David. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, David, I think we have some people waiting to rejoin.
Okay. I think they need to click the link again. Let me check.
But back to the crypto canvas, Patrick, as you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I can choose some of the questions to answer. Yeah. Let me check. Yeah. Let me check the question.
I did kind of tell everybody that we would probably start Crypto Canvas 3 on July 1st. So I'm
okay. I think you can talk. You can talk this first. Then I will choose some of the questions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll start July 1st, and then we're gonna run it through July 31st, and we might have some new features to add to it as well. So it's been highly requested from our community to have a Crypto Canvas 3, and we're definitely here, you guys. So I already set the date. We're gonna do it on July 1st to July 31st. I'm sure Brett won't have a problem with it. But and also we might be able to display some new features, maybe some NFT, and we may have our Web3 wallet by then as well. So a lot of exciting stuff to look forward to.
You know, why Qtum has the potential to be the easiest, like a user-friendly blockchain. Yeah, I think I can share some of the ideas. Yeah, because for the blockchain, you know, earlier I think even for Qtum, I think we for ourselves we made some mistakes. Yeah, the mistake is like, you know, we are kind of, you know, too idolist on the industry. Yeah, the reason is, you know, we are the dreamers in this industry. Yeah. I mean, because we are the old, like a Bitcoin developer or like a Bitcoin people since 10 years ago. Yeah.
I would like to ask you about the blockchain weeks in Dubai and Paris. How was it?
Well, so we're in a COVID world now, and so you know it's sometimes hard to compare it with the pre-COVID era shows, and so what I mean by that is, you know, there hadn't really been much in the last couple of years, so I think everyone's a little rusty, and we went to Dubai. I think that was Binance's first big show, I think, and so they called it Blockchain Week in Dubai, and we were one of the like premier sponsors. One of I guess you say we had a big booth. We were we had good swag. We brought nice power banks, 10,000 milliamp power banks that light up. It was a big hit, and it was nice to get back on the road after a hiatus like that, and it was different being in Dubai. It was certainly different for me coming from Canada, and one of the people who attended with us he had 104 conversations with attendees, vendors, or anyone that came and spoke with them, and so we had about, I think it was 6 or 7 or 8 people at the show. And so there was a lot of good, like, business development done behind the scenes. There were a lot of marketing opportunities that were unlocked. Like, for example, to give you a specific, we met with CoinGecko. to be doing their GeckoCon in July, like their virtual metaverse show. So the show led to more shows. The show led to perhaps some like BD opportunities. Usually you can't talk about that until everything is signed. But you may have seen earlier today, like a press release came out regarding a donation that we made with Binance Charity. A lot of that deal was finalized there at the show. And so what I mean is like the marketing, being able to do the press release and whatnot thereafter. It's easy to make the donation. It's the marketing that comes after. And so that was Dubai was, I mean, it was a 35-hour flight from Canada, but it 35? Was worth it. Well, from Western Canada, like Vancouver. Mm-hmm. And so we got there along three flights.
Oh, three flights.
Yeah, 3 connections. And so we got there a week early to make sure everything went off well. So the next stop for us will be Consensus. We're going to be doing a proof of stake dinner. So what that means is
fancy.
There will be 100 people coming out with us to a proof of stake dinner, and we plan to have some drinking games and whatnot. That'll be at Consensus. Everyone wants to have a party or go to a party at Consensus, so that's what we'll be doing there. Mm-hmm. And then we'll have GeckoCon right after. So doing these shows again, it is good to show that you're alive, you're out there, and it's very good. The business development front and the marketing front. So we did do that one show in Miami prior to the Dubai one, the Miami Crypto Experience, and that was that was good as well. They had the boxing match and they gave away the car and stuff. So we're getting back on the road. But there's also some of these virtual conferences that are cool too, and there's virtual booths are a new thing. So those are my thoughts on the show.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Brett. And before the stream decided to stop working, I was going to ask you, Frank, about the meme contest. I had a chance to show some of the memes. I hope that the audience saw it. So I just want to mention that the Qtum community is extremely active, and there's so many talented people, creating content. I've never seen anything like that before. So I did see a question about what you guys do on Discord. So Frank, what's the secret there? How do you connect with the Qtum audience?
Well, we try to make a lot of events and a lot of contests and try to have something for everybody to do. And no matter if you like to make art, or if you're more of somebody who likes to answer questions or just play like games, there's something, we try to make something to do for everybody, and then where everybody can learn about Qtum and they can earn Qtum as well. So it's really been a big transformation, and the more we move forward, the more it gets better, and the better we can tune it and come up with new ways to motivate everybody and to learn about blockchain and the technology and of course Qtum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll chime in with a short blurb about this. With regards to community events, it's high priority here to always have an event going in a way that there's so many Discord channels, there's so many Telegram channels, and we've been in this industry for a long time, and we know what it's like. There's always like a resident troll that has just generic, unoriginal, criticism, and it gets boring after a while. And so what we want people to see is when they come to our community, like especially like the Discord, where we can separate things into different channels. We currently, in the last month, we had a content contest where users submit a picture that they draw, that they create, and with the Qtum logo, and that's one contest. They can enter into that. Another one is a topic contest. We're quite active bloggers at Qtum. We have writers on staff. We have we have engineers writing articles here. It's we've always been a blogging project, like an active medium. If you look at our medium, there's always an updated article for people to research, and sometimes they're being written by some pretty hard-hitting like internal staff here, like people with 30, 40 years of engineering experience. So so we'll have like a topic contest where what we do is instead of just paying people to talk in a channel, we'll ask a specific question. We'll say, we posted this article. Do you agree with it or disagree with it? Please make a good response to this article, and you could be entered into this contest. So if somebody comes and just trashes something or praises it, that's not what's important. What's important is that they gave it a read and they gave it a good effort responding to it. So in the last month, we did the Easter egg competition with Binance as well, where you collect Easter eggs on the Binance website or the Binance exchange, and you make an Easter basket. That was another contest that just wrapped up maybe a week or two ago. Prior to that, or no, not prior to that, currently we have a learn and earn contest, or not, it's not a contest, a learn and earn Binance Academy course right now that you can go answer some questions about Binance and earn. If you pass the quiz, and you can take as many times as you want to take the quiz, you could earn some Qtum. So prior to that, we had a crypto canvas. You see, I can keep going where the activities, the meme contest with Guarda is another one. Prior to that, we had another meme contest with another with another entity called Avado. So with Qtum, we want to make sure that we always end a competition or a contest or an event or an academy, let's call it, with another one. So this is why our Discord's pretty good. It's not just like people talking about price. It's not. I mean, there's a lot of that, right? But what I mean, actually see people talking about the stuff that's being blogged about. You actually see people talking about their Easter eggs that they collected on Binance and whatnot. So community is, I would have to say, it's always been a high priority here, and a lot of that has to do with the fact, going back to the very beginning of this AMA, where Patrick and Mike had said, Patrick called us, I guess, OGs. You remember what it was like in 2013? There was community, and that's it. And there was community and there was development. There was community, development, and really good ideas. And no media or press or journalists would pay attention to it. The market caps were so small. It was guys being very clever, and they would get a community or invent a community sometimes. and so we've always stayed true to that with community. We've always known that it's the people that are engaging with us that matter. So we will always have a community event at Qtum, and so Frank does a very good job of curating them, managing them, funding them. He does a good job internally of making sure that people who participate in these events always have a good way to earn some Qtum. We always have to keep a bit extra on hand because we know that our community events can be quite popular. So sorry, I didn't mean to hijack that question, but I wanted to chime in there.
Yeah, thank you.
Why don't you drop one of those bombs you were talking about? You were talking about something about some bombs.
Dropping bombs. Okay.
Yeah,
so
well, on the community subject, I'm sure that want to know what the bomb dropping is all about.
We advertised that there was going to be maybe $3,000 in rewards, but we brought a little more than that.
Did you?
Yeah, well, we did, yeah. So for this AMA, we brought about triple that. So so I think that's what we'll do is maybe let's answer a question and let's get someone to write for the next little bit here. We're gonna pick some questions, and maybe I think for the next one we'll pay out $500. What do you think, Frank? 500, or is that too small? Maybe 1,000.
That's a very lucky. That's a very lucky member who's gonna get their question.
Okay, so here's what I want to see is I'll give the community a moment to type something out, not like one of some of these copy paste questions that Liston is it keeps posting over and over. But
on YouTube, Brett,
I believe I'm seeing these YouTube questions. We're streaming only to YouTube right now?
we are, yeah.
Okay, so let's give people a minute or two to think of a good question, one that I'll know is not just a copy paste because they'll put my name in it. And so you put my name in the question and your Qtum address, and if it's a good question, it can be a stumper too if you want. It could be a criticism. It's okay, we don't care. But in a minute we'll drop a bomb. We'll pay $1,000 reward to a question.
$1,000, guys. You gotta put Brett's name in it and ask a question with your Qtum address. See the first one with Brett's name in it, and
Ready?
it says offline staking only, supported in Guarda wallet or Guarda wallet. I apologize. Guarda wallet, or can I use other Qtum supported wallets?
Oh, so has that question been asked before, and then they just put my name in it, or is it?
Don't
you
know.
gotta check, Frank.
Okay,
Okay,
just
well,
the first one I saw with your name in it.
yeah, right. Doesn't mean I'm picking it. So let's go ahead and David, if you have another question, then we
I
will.
sure do.
We'll cycle back to these community questions, and then we'll pick one, and then we'll drop a nice bomb.
Let's do that. And Brett, you mentioned the meme contest, and I just want to remind everyone that it was part of the celebration. So Qtum and Guarda, and the new feature that's coming to Guarda next month, the offline staking. So here's the question. So Qtum has an offline staking tool for those common users who keep their Qtum but are not online all the time to run the node. Can you explain to us how this tool works and what solutions does it bring? So who would like to answer this one?
Yeah, I think I can answer this question.
Great.
Yeah, so the reason we call it like an offline staking, because earlier for the classic like a proof of stake blockchain, since the very early time, like you need to keep online like your wallet. Yeah, so that brings some like a security risks, like leak your private key, or like the computer being hacked. Yeah, so you have the potential to lose your coin. So then we realized, okay, it's a common like a challenge for the whole industry, for all those staking projects, yeah, for all the proof of stake project, yeah. So then we try to figure out, okay, there is some like there is some other like a proof, the delegated proof of stake. You can delegate your coin to some like a super staker, yeah, to some super staker. But if the super staker is not that decentralized, that bring another question. Like the network can be centralized by some super big stakers. Yeah. So we try to figure out, okay, since Qtum enabled the smart contract ability, because for most of the people's the delegation proof of stake, it's an old age. It's an old blockchain, like the BitShare. It's a first delegated proof of stake. There is some other like a depots blockchain, but most of them, they do not have the smart contract ability. Yeah, so then we try to figure out, okay, how can we use the Qtum like advantage? Yeah, because Qtum is supporting smart contracts. So then we designed a kind of a mixed like a mechanism. Okay. You can stake from your UTXO, or like you can delegate your UTXO to the smart contract. Yeah. So the smart contract, they can be a staker. Yeah, they can be your delegation. Yeah, it's not like you delegate it to one person or like one group. Right now, you can delegate it like to a smart contract. Yeah. Or if you prefer to stake by yourself, you can keep online wallet. It's like the classic way. But if you want more like a security, and you can just stake from your cold wallet, all you need to do is sign a signature like through your wallet and made some like a delegation signature to the smart contracts. Yeah, and then it's like a then that's the reason we have the offline staking, and it's the same time can keep the security and also make the network very decentralized. Yeah. If you check the quantum node map, the full node map, you will see we have more 1,000 like individual or like a group like a stakers. Yeah, so it's a very, very decentralized proof of stake network, more than 1,000 validator globally. Yeah, so it's a very, very decentralized network. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah.
So, Brad, do you see a question that you like that mentions your name in it?
Well, I see someone being creative here. So just give me a moment here.
Yeah, if you need more time, that's fine.
No, I don't need more time. I just need to copy paste it. So I've got this guy's address. I'm going to award, no, Frank, it's a different one. I'm going to award a guy for being creative here. Because like I said, we've been in this game for a while here. And what a guy did, I'm just trying to find his question, was he took the title of an article we just wrote and asked us about a Web3 article we just wrote. Mohammed, just hold on a second. I'm trying to find it in the chat. Mohammed, yet again. Yes, there you are. Very creative, Mohammed. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it. Okay, Mohammed, yet again. This is the kind of creativity I like to see. Brett, what has Qtum planned for Web3? Is Qtum the ideal platform for the Web3 revolution? We just published an article basically saying Qtum is the ideal platform for the Web3 revolution. So very perceptive of you, Mohammed. Very, very clever. I could tell that was not a copy-paste question that someone just put my name in. You get $1,000. Congratulations.
Wow. Oh, congratulations. Yeah.
Mohammed,
good job.
Mohammed, yet again. So to answer that question, is Qtum ideal for, basically things are moving to the metaverse. Metaverse is a big theme. It's something that, Facebook's rebranding itself as Meta. Their parent company's named Meta now. We need to make sure that we get on this early, because what's going to happen is if we're too late to the party, we're just going to get drowned out. Mm-hmm. And so it's Qtum positioned to be, the metaverse platform or one of the big contenders. The answer is Qtum is very decentralized, very censorship resistant, very decentralized in a way that's not just like decentralized in a marketing sense. In the marketing sense, every blockchain says they're decentralized, but can anyone run a node? Can anyone validate transactions? Can anyone with only a device and an internet connection? They don't need to be voted for. They don't need to vote for someone else. They don't need to hold a certain amount of coins. That's just centralization with sugarcoating called decentralization, a delegated proof of whatever. So can anyone validate transactions? With Ethereum, the answer is yes. With Dogecoin, yes. With Bitcoin, yes. With Qtum, yes. With Ethereum Classic, yes. Okay. With other ones, you got to hold coins. You got to do some funny business, or the project holds most of the validator nodes, or the exchanges hold the validator nodes. It gets, the definition gets murky. Some projects' definition of decentralization is selling a bunch of coins to the community and calling that decentralization, or they just sell the pre-mine. But so censorship resistance is big for this Web3 and this metaverse. If you're buying a pair of shoes on the metaverse, you want to make sure no one can take them from you. If you're buying an NFT or an item or something, you want to make sure the chain probably won't get rolled back. The blockchain isn't going to stop magically or be halted by the developers, etc. So decentralization and speed. Miguel mentioned earlier about, you know, layer 2 on Quantum Lightning, instant transactions, you know, for doing things like NFT purchasing and stuff like that. We are very well positioned, and we are also a very green blockchain. We're well positioned in a marketing sense for people to not have that baggage that like you use as much electricity as that country. We don't have to worry about that. So so Mohammed, yet again, I've got your I'm opening up a document right now. I'm putting in your your Quantum address. I've got it. It ends in 2XX or KYD 2XX. We will send that in $1,000 in Quantum after that. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mohammed. Wow, it's impressive. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, that's great.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move on here.
Yeah, Miguel, I do see quite a few questions about the Moonland project. So I know you kind of, you briefly mentioned the blockchain-based metaverse, the arcade games, the NFTs. What else is there to know about the Moonland project, and how different is it from other, projects that might be similar, or at least might seem to be similar?
Well, yeah, Moonland is a project that obtained a grant from Quantum, and we've been working mostly with them on the technical aspect, and as we understand, they're doing like a multi-chain metaverse that will focus on entertainment, gaming, and the style is it's actually, I've seen some of the designs. The style is very cool. It really looks like like a mix of 1980s kind of vibes, like mixed with cartoon craziness and a lot of fun, similar to the Nintendo games. So they're not just going to be like focused for play to earn, but they're going for something bigger, which will mix different video games into one single metaverse. People will be able to jump back and forth between games. You will be able to go shopping inside the metaverse, not just for NFTs, but also for actual physical items that will be delivered to users. And there will be a collaboration between both projects to allow for something called Nfp Traceability. For instance, you buy an NFT, you get the physical item in your house. Let's say it's a car, and the car will have a QR code. You scan it, and it will sign it and trace it on the quantum blockchain, which will prove that you're the owner of this NFT, which is a very, very new way of doing NFTs, I believe. I mean, it won't no longer be limited to just having a JPEG, but you will have something physical. And yeah, the project is amazing. They're doing research into AR technology, VR technology. Like, it's not just going to be based for web browsers, but it will be much more complete, much more powerful. Mixing AR with blockchain, I think, has a lot of potential, especially with the NFTs. Imagine having a phone and you can show off your NFT using AR technology, basically like showing like it's on some table or something. It's really cool. As far as their development process, I believe they're quite advanced, and maybe a demo should show up in a couple months, maybe. So very exciting to see that coming. It will be the first metaverse that will work on the quantum blockchain.
In my opinion, this is my personal opinion, is a token standard, a new token standard, something that is linked more to the blockchain level, something that other projects don't currently have. Like, for example, what led to the mass adoption of Ethereum, the ERC 20 token standard, had nothing to do with their scalability or their account model. It was their EVM and their token standards. And so EVMs have been around now for some time, and token standards, I think, is the way to really move forward on that. So we have some ideas with token standards. Like, I went into depth a little while ago back, maybe an hour ago, into this AMA about how the staking is a strength, and perhaps if other projects were attaching themselves to the staking, that may require a token standard. I don't know yet, but what that means, let's say that you're just a project and you wanted to attach your emission to another project's staking and do this in like a native level, not just through a smart contract or something. That's something that we're investigating. Can it be done here? Will it require like its own token standard? Meaning, will someone need to generate a special token in order to unlock that functionality or something?
So I just wanted to add something. I also believe, this is my personal opinion as well. Part of any new technology starts to become more and more successful and adopted by its users once the experience improves over time. Different technologies have come and stayed. Some have come and gone, but usually the ones that stay are the ones that eventually you can't live without them. Smartphones were not really seen as a necessity 15 years ago. Everyone laughed when Apple presented the iPhone, but now everyone has its own smartphone that resembles the iPhone or has an iPhone. And it's actually very, very, very interesting. We've seen this in many different industries and many different technologies over the years. So one of the reasons for blockchain to become more successful and have like widespread adoption is for solutions. Anything that will use blockchain, but without the user having to actually realize they're using blockchain. The internet back in the 1990s you needed to know TCP/IP settings, you needed to know how to dial a modem. Now you're online all the time. You don't need to care about that stuff anymore, and that's one of the reasons why it became so successful, because anyone can use it. Once you lower the technical barrier for entering everything that has to do with blockchain, people will go and just mass adoption is going to be crazy. That's part of the job that we have at Qtum. We want to lower the technical barrier as much as possible and make it seamless to users, seamless to projects. Stuff like that's wonderful. Stuff like NFT marketplaces that will allow people to trade NFTs and do whatever they want, and go and play video games without realizing they're actually using a blockchain game. So you focus on the experience. You focus on the experience, and people will adopt it. Make it easy, simple to use, and it will go big.
So Miguel, let me ask you something. When do you think that will happen? So the mass adoption, next 10 years, 20 years, 5 years?
Probably, yeah. It's very hard to actually give a date right now.
Right.
But Patrick mentioned some of these new technologies like Layer 3 are being developed to allow for mass adoption, because right now you just can't have it. It will eventually, right now we can only process like 1 million transactions per day. Even Layer 2 will become faster, will allow for more scalability, but still there's rooms to grow. There's still a lot to do. There's still a lot of improvements. And of course, the experience, better apps, better wallets, more security, perhaps introduce more biometrical security to increase increase security for users. And everyone's already already used to using something like Face ID or Touch ID in their app. So if you can do something like this with desktop applications, would be a really cool thing.
We have another AMA coming up in our it should be in our Discord, but it might be in our Telegram. Still to be determined, but it should be on exactly 1 month from today. We'll probably be announcing it at the beginning of the month. So we have another great AMA. Qtum's going to host it. Guarda's going to be the guest with us. So we'll give them a big welcome, and we'll have a lot more prizes and a lot more fun.
Perfect. Well, thank you again, and I want to thank the community for just staying here with us. I know we had some technical difficulties, but I think it went good. So yeah, thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Frank. And I'll see you next time. That'll be the next AMA.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
It's a good. Yeah. Thank you, David. Yeah.
Thanks, David.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.